We are less than a week away from the NBA draft, and I feel like there's no better way to discuss that and celebrate it than doing a mock draft of our own. We're going to be doing No Ceilings website. I'm a big fan of their work. They've been making content now for a long time. I check them out, and they're my favorite website for doing one of these mock drafts. So definitely check them out. If you're watching us, you definitely know No Ceilings is. So. But we're going to be doing this a little bit different than how most people do. Most people kind of do it solo or they go back and forth. We're going to do it where we have to agree on the pick. So we are in a war room. I don't know if you can see, but we're in little fancy chairs here on Zoom in our little war room. So we're going to be coming together, dual GMs, to decide who we're going to be drafting and go through the first and second round. So this is a full first and second round a mock draft. Something else I wanted to say before we got started, we will be live streaming on the day of the draft. So if you like what you hear from us and you want to see us give a lot more intel and deep dive on the guys as they're getting drafted, definitely tune in for that. We don't know if we're going to be doing it in person or kind of live streaming like this, but that is something we will be doing. So definitely subscribe and make sure that you tune in for that. So did I hit all of the bells and whistles there before we get started?
You did. I thought you gave, solid shout outs to No Ceilings and yeah, let's get this draft started, man. I'm excited.
Absolutely. So with the first pick, the Washington Wizards, both Darren Peterson and AJ are confident we're going to take number one. So who are we going with?
Darius Acuff.
Let's really throw a wrench into this.
Convince me not to pick Darius Acuff right here.
I don't want to because I like him. I don't want to bash the guy.
I mean, the only thing you can really say is his defense is lackluster, but look at James Harden. He's made a career out of being a lackluster defender.
Yeah, A-Cup's awesome. So like, who cares?
So why not pick him?
I mean, there's reasons. I just don't want to bash the guy. I'll
I
say this on
mean,
a normal year, if you get A-Cup number one, you're happy. Like you're thrilled with it.
yeah, for sure.
This is just a wild year.
I
And
mean, I know you're you you're one of the few people that I know that are ridiculous. I don't want to say ridiculously high on Peterson because I think he is the number one overall pick anyway. But you've been kind of you stuck by Peterson pretty much since the Kansas BYU game early on in the season.
yeah, I've said before I came into the season extremely high on Bonsa. There was nothing anybody could do that could change my mind on him. And I watched Darren Peterson in one game. I don't remember who was against. I don't remember anybody else on the court. I just remember when I saw him play, it was like just tunnel vision on watching that guy play. And my mind has been never more set on a dude. I haven't been more confident in the potential of a player not named Wimby, maybe in my life. I'm that confident in this guy. So if it doesn't work out, it's going to be for non-basketball reasons.
Are you if we're sitting here as two GMs, are we talking about the health issue? Is that something that you're not really worried about because it's so much as just cutting out creatine and just getting back to the basics of it?
I mean, I'm worried about it for sure. I'm really worried about the mental of it, if that's something that he's actually over the hump. I don't know when you go through something as traumatic as what he did, if you're ever going to be like, oh, yeah, that was a crazy time, or if it's just always going to stick with you.
Yeah.
And how much of it is he past it? How much of it will linger? That's a legit concern to the point where if you said you want to take DeBonsa or even Boozer over him, I'm not necessarily going to argue you to death. But I will say I would put my entire stake on Darren Peterson being awesome.
Is there any argument that you can make to go ahead and if you're because if you're Washington, I mean you do have CJ McCollum. No, he plays for Atlanta. Never mind. So you really don't have a guard that's like that. Well, you have
Wait,
Trey.
what do you mean? We got Ice Trey.
I forgot about Ice Trey. Is there an argument to make then to go grab a Caleb Wilson? Maybe
Number one, I'm not doing it.
not doing it. Not even on the table.
It's on the table, but it's like on the far end. Like it's a reach if I want to grab it.
Okay. Okay. So just out of curiosity, who would you take number one? Let's say Peterson, Boozer, and DeBonza aren't in it. Caleb Wilson and Acuff are in it. Who are you taking?
Wilson.
I hate you. I'm not even gonna argue with it. I just hate you.
Yeah, it's
It's a
Wilson.
terrible. It's a terrible pick. Okay, so kind of back to the main point. I think I go Peterson as well. He fits what they need, obviously, and I think there's so much potential there because kind of what you said back when we were talking about Peterson, DeBonza early on in the pod. I don't even know if we posted it. We might have. We probably did. But we talked about how one, when you watch Peterson, you get the I don't want to put the Michael Jordan tag on him, but you get that feeling of I'm going to watch something great happen. To the point where, as you said, when you watch the BYU Kansas game, I really didn't notice anybody else on the floor besides Peterson.
He has that in him when he says, when he decides I'm killing everybody right now. My God, man. He makes you forget you're watching AJ DeBonsa and he's a freak prospect. And in that
Yeah.
game, it was like AJ who? And by all account, people who have been watching these guys since they were like freshmen in high school and stuff, every time these two guys have played each other, which is like 7 or 8 times, it's always like this. Every single time, Peterson just dominates it.
I will. We're going to select Peterson here, but I will add the caveat to anybody who is watching this pod. Go back and watch Peterson in high school. Don't so much judge him from the Kansas film. I would judge his high school film because I think that's really kind of who the player he is. If he can get over the mental hurdles and get 100% healthy, I think that's the guy you're getting more so than what you saw at Kansas.
I agree, and I'll just say something that I've brought up before about him. When he was in high school, he was getting comparisons to Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook for his athleticism and his on-the-ball ability. He gets to college, he goes through his traumatic incident. He's taken off the ball and decides to become a shooter when he wasn't that in high school. And he gets compared to Ray Allen and has one of the most efficient off-the-ball shooting uh, seasons by a freshman ever, and that wasn't his game coming into the year. So if those two worlds can combine and if he's able to just pick up a skill like that, just watch the hell out, man.
Yeah. Washington, you're going to be in good shape. So we're going to go ahead and pick Darren Peterson. All right. We got Utah on the clock. Utah has an interesting situation here. One, you have AJ DeBonza, who really, really, truly wants to play in Utah, which is, it's felt weird saying it. But you also have a player in Cameron Boozer whose dad was a staple for the Utah Jazz and now works in the front office.
I'll say this. I think for us in this position, we go to Bonsa, but in real life, if if Washington takes Bonsa first, I think there's a legitimate possibility Boozer goes over Peterson at 2 to Utah. I think that's a very likely outcome, especially since Peterson's basically blocking out Utah during this whole process, and they love Boozer already. So it's like, okay, fine, we're good with that. It's not like the Ace Bailey pick last year, where it's like, you're the best available, we're taking you, we don't care.
I'm telling you right now, if Peterson somehow falls the 3 to Memphis, Grizzly fans should pull New York Knicks finals burning down the city. Like that, nothing against Cameron Boozer falling to Memphis or any of the other guys. But if you end up with Peterson at 3 to Memphis, okay. That dude wants to play for a franchise that struggled. He wants to play for that. And that would reignite the Memphis franchise.
Letting him go to a franchise that people are like desperately wanting to be moved and trash the city that they're in all the time. You have one of the greatest players of all time and the best of his era just openly trashing that city, and putting Darren Peterson's been on record saying he wants to go to kind of a bad franchise. He would have the biggest chip on his shoulder that would be perfect for Memphis.
Yeah. But back to Utah, I think we're in agreement. You take AJ no matter what. to me. I understand the Boozer connection. I still think Boozer is going to be successful unless you put him at like Sacramento, just because, Sacramento just doesn't do well developing players. But you put AJ or Cameron, you're pretty much in a good spot. But AJ wants to play in Utah. I think you go Utah.
I love Boozer. I think he's going to be a winning player, and imagining him and Keontae George together sounds awesome. But what Devonta could become is just otherworldly. So
In agreement, AJ DeBonsa to the Utah Jazz. So now Memphis is on the clock. Utah got their player who wants to be there. There is some questions at three still, even though I think a lot of people see Cameron Boozer going there. I think Memphis is pretty high on Caleb Wilson and Darius Acuff as well. I don't think you go wrong with any of these three picks, but who do I'm probably leaning towards Boozer and Acuff. Who are you leaning towards?
Boozer, he's just the Memphis
Okay.
guy. He's Zebo again, plus so many other
Oh,
players.
hell yeah, great comp. Both have
And
great footwork.
yeah, the footwork, the physicality, the unselfishness, like he fits Memphis to a T. He's exactly what they want. Imagining him and Coward and putting him next to Edie would be perfect because Edie can kind of hide some of Boozer's weaknesses, potentially on the defensive end. And he can stretch out the floor for Edie. Like I think that's perfect, and they could immediately be a solid team. So I would go Boozer.
Cameron Boozer to the Memphis, possibly Nashville Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Tennessee Grizzlies.
Yeah, they'll just change them. It'll just become like the Tennessee Basketball Club.
Yeah.
All right. So Memphis got their franchise changer. Chicago's on the clock. I am pro Acuff again and Wilson. So
Are
I
we
know
in
you're.
agreement that these are the top five guys? The order you could potentially move around, but these are the top five before we start looking at other people.
I'm not looking anywhere else besides these top five if I have the top five picks. I'm not looking. I'm not entertaining Wagler, Brown, Burries, Flemings. I'm not entertaining any of those guys, especially for team needs. Because I do think if Brown, kind of matures in the right way and things go his way, he could be a franchise changer. But I don't think he's one you really risk it on as much as you do some of these other guys. But I think you focus on that top five. What about you?
If Acuff wasn't in this draft, I would probably have Brown like right up there too. But when I compare Acuff and Brown, I just like Acuff pretty much clearly better. So if I want a point guard or a guard to lead my team, I'm gonna go Acuff. So, but for Chicago and what they're trying to build, and I know we're the co-GMs here, but their current GM has talked so highly about length and athleticism. Caleb Wilson is the perfect Chicago Bull for the direction that they're trying to go in. But we're the GMs. We can go a different direction if we wanted. But I still like Caleb Wilson a ton. The potential there. And Chicago people would love Wilson.
I think when you look at it for the Bulls, they have so many guard play already. And not saying that I think Acuff would be the best guard on the roster regardless. But I do think you have to kind of solidify your front court in this situation, and you go ahead and get Caleb because also the Bulls pick again at 15. You can get a guard.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Josh Giddey's only 23.
yeah, crazy, isn't it?
Feels like he's been in the league for like 7 years.
There's a joke there. I'm not gonna make it, but there's a joke with his history.
There's a joke.
All right.
We'll let them make it in the comments.
Yeah, y'all can make that joke all you want. I'm not going to, but you know,
I'll thumbs it up if you do.
I will as well. Clippers on the clock. If they stay at five, if Sacramento doesn't jump up to grab that pick, but I think for right now, I think we'll agree that the Clippers are going to stay with that pick. Um,
Yeah. If I were to bet what's going to happen draft night, they're trading it to Sacramento. That's just, I don't really see how that doesn't happen because they haven't shown any indication that they want to go with Acuff. And Sacramento has basically put all their cards on the table as they always do and said, "Hey, we're Acuff or bust." So like, uh,
Take the team. I don't care. You can have
yeah,
anybody.
yeah, you won our, well, I forget which year it was, but like their 1950s championship they won when they were the Royals or whatever. Like, um, yeah, but if we're not doing trades and we're sticking with here and we're the GMs, the last guy in that top five is Acuff.
Yeah, so
And
we're going to
Garland isn't, I like Garland a lot, but he's not great enough to the point where you potentially pass up a guy like Acuff.
Yeah, I'm not passing him up for anything. I don't even really like him falling this far. Is there any chance, and this has is kind of just a something we've talked about, and you've seen it a little bit on Instagram that Sacramento and Chicago like to basically trade guys back and forth. Is there a chance Sacramento trades like Zach LaVine and I don't know one other to Chicago to move up to the 4 spot?
I don't think so. I don't think so because they have new management in Chicago and they
Okay,
actually seem somewhat coherent.
okay, all right.
I
I just
think
wanted
the
to
love
ask.
affair might be over.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's kind of sad because I've enjoyed the years of them switching guys back and forth and nothing ever good happening for any of them. Um,
They take turns
but
as
yeah, yeah. So we're going A cuff to the
yeah.
Clippers.
And this is where it opens up. The draft really opens up to where we bounce around. The Brooklyn Nets, to me, out of the top, really the top 10, are the ones that I have no idea what they're going to do. It's between Brooklyn and Milwaukee are the two that I really don't know the direction they're going in because apparently they're in love with Nate Ament at six. And then I'm like, bro, y'all probably should trade back if y'all are going to take Ament, which they could. And then I get worried is the team that they trade back with OKC.
I could see, I could see Brooklyn taking Nate at 6. I just that to me is a very Brooklyn-y pick, despite what's on the board and despite what they have. I mean, they don't really have much, honestly.
But if
Just
you're
looking.
OKC sitting there at 12, you know Brooklyn's in love with Nate Mint, and you look at the board as like likely odds nobody's going to take him before we could. And you call Brooklyn and say, hey, we'll trade you this and this and that. And they could easily put together a package for you to trade back. You get Nate Mint at 12, plus you get AJ Mitchell or just three future picks. We move up to six, and then they get a Daimara or somebody else that they really would love there, Morris Johnson or, you know,
Is the
Ricky
best player
Bruce.
on Brooklyn really Michael Porter Jr.?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was just looking through that and that just kind of shocked me. Um, yeah,
So we have to swing for the fences here.
you have to. I'll be honest, dude. 6'7". I really like Burries. I'm not a big. I know. I think you're a lot higher on Brown than I am. I'm not a big Wagler fan. He does kind of fit Brooklyn though too. Just in the sense that he's a 6'5" guy that makes bad decisions and he doesn't really ever see a shot he doesn't like. So I find it weird that this draft website also says that Keaton Wagler has a good feel for the game when I feel like he presses a lot and makes some bad decisions. But that's neither here nor there.
I think he has a great feel for the game when they're up.
Yeah. Oh, he's a front runner for sure. He's got that on lock. He's just Keaton's one of those guys, and I get it. Like, go ahead and leave for the draft while your stock is pretty high, and the odd chance that he gets injured next year or something in college. But he's a guy that I would have loved to see go back to Illinois.
I agree.
And just an idea for Keaton, if for whatever reason you're listening, there's a spot at LSU for you. So even if you get drafted, don't even worry. Come to LSU, man.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
For me, I'm between Wagler or Brown here, and I lean Brown because I think you've made the point when talking about Brooklyn before that they desperately need a guy that brings excitement to wanting to watch Brooklyn play and just to get fans to go there because it's such Knick territory. You
Yeah.
need somebody that the Knicks don't have that makes you want to watch the Nets. And I think Michael Brown, whether it works out or not, on like a super high competing for like a championship level games, he's gonna be fun as hell to watch at the very least. And imagining him and Michael Porter Jr., you're gonna see some crazy shit at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not as high on Brown as you are, but I get it. Um, yeah, we can go Michael Brown if that's what the direction you want to go.
Yeah, I'm with that one. Unless you
Okay.
have a counter.
My only other counter would be a guy that I know you're not going to take that high.
Phylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking on that.
Dude, I would take him in Brooklyn right now because for the same reason that you just said to take Michael Brown, like if the goal is getting butts in the seat and something exciting to watch, I think Phylon's ability to just shot create and find shots and make big shots, I think he's that guy. That would be my only counter, but I could understand the kind of not being the apprehension towards not taking him so high.
Yeah, I think his athleticism, his ability to pass, like there, he just has more tools in his toolbox. Whether they're sharper than Phylon, I don't know, but I think he has more at his disposal.
Okay. All right, we'll go Michael.
Okay,
Just when we watch the draft, don't be shocked when Phylon gets that spot, okay?
no shot.
All right. Everyone's favorite lovable loser, Sacramento Kings are on the clock.
Gotta swing
Um,
high again.
yeah, agreed. Gotta swing high. There's a couple where if you were really high on Yaxel, I could see Sacramento taking Yaxel, even though that's not really a typical Sacramento pick. They're gonna go more. I think they're gonna go more guard anyway,
Yeah, they're gonna get a guard that they can develop for a few years and then ship them off somewhere so they can become really good.
and go win a finals or at least make the finals.
Yeah. And when you look at them, I think so. I'm not the biggest Wagler guy either. I'm definitely higher on Flemings and Burries and Phylon and Wagler are pretty close for me. But if we're
That's
talking,
wild.
yeah, and it's really, I have a bit more faith that Phylon's going to be good, but the potential for Wagler is so high that it kind of balances out for me. And that's where I think if you're the Kings, taking Wagler does make sense because we have to swing. We have to swing high, and he's good enough that if it pans out in a few years, it could look really good.
Also, I'll say this too, just kind of looking at who they have on their roster. You have, DeMar DeRozan, who's probably he's at more than likely the end of his career. You kind of want someone who's going to kind of just hop into that role with Killian Hayes, who I still think is a very high level player. If the Kings can hang on to him, I think he would. If he went to a contender, he would make that team infinitely better. Um, Even though he had a down season this year, I know he had a down season this year, but I'm a big Killian Hayes guy. Um,
You're the last one left.
so yeah, let's go ahead and go. I don't care. I'll stick with the guy. Um, let's go Wagler. I think he fits too, so we'll go Wagler.
Okay. We're going pretty chalk right now. I don't think anything surprising yet.
Not yet, but when we get into that, once you drop out of pick 10, I think that's when it gets real kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You can go
And
a lot of different directions.
in reality, I think that seven pick is going to be the Clippers, and they're going to take Wagler, and fifth will be taking Acuff to the Kings. But this pick right here for Atlanta, to me, is where we've reached in the draft where we're going one of two routes. I think in all reality, they are looking at Flemings and they are looking at Mara. And which route they go completely shifts the board for everybody else in the first round. So I don't know how you feel. I actually do know how you feel. I know you're not a You're not a Mara guy.
I'm not. I have become higher on him after his combine. Some of his athleticism really showed that I wasn't probably aware of. Another thing that kind of jumped out at me too is his passing ability, especially like his ability to throw the deep passes like Kevin Love used to throw all the time. I think he has that in him. And that entertains me with the roster that Atlanta has developed with CJ, and then you got Walker, and you got a team there that has a lot of guards that can really run the floor and spread it out. So having a guy who can get the ball and just chuck it ahead would be good, especially at freaking 7'3".
With a 9'9" standing reach.
Crazy.
Insane. And like you brought up earlier, there's so many guards in this draft. We can get another guard down the line. Will they be as good or high level as Fleming's, Phylon, or Burries? No, or more than likely not, not on paper at least, but we will still be able to get somebody to fit that position. We're not getting a 7'3" guy with a 9'9" standing reach and upside, what they put upside galore and crazy passing ability. Like we're not finding that again. So
I'll say this too, just to kind of add to what you said. If you're gonna reach on a big, this is the year to do it. There's not a lot of them. I understand reaching on a big, and it's not even like I mean they got him slotted at 13 here or like the 13th ranked player. It's not a huge reach, and I don't know if he ever develops into an all-star, but I think he's going to be a very capable player no matter on what spectrum he falls in that all-star or just like a little star, has a couple good seasons. Like I think you're fine if you pick him. It's a reach, but it's also a safe pick. You're gonna get something out of him. It's you can't coach 7'3".
and that's 7'3" without shoes. So with shoes, he's borderline 7'5". Like he's a big guy. And one more thing I'll say about Mara real quick. They've got three guys coming out of Michigan here, Yaxel, Morez Johnson, and Mara. Every time I watch Michigan, I couldn't stop watching Mara. He pops out the screen to me the same level that future superstars have at the college level. So I don't know if he'll become that. I'm not necessarily betting on him becoming that, but there's an eye test thing for me and where my gut went from being very lukewarm on him to then becoming a Mara guy of this podcast. And I never anticipated that, but it was undeniable for me when I watched him. So
All right, so we going Mara then.
if you're good with it, if you green light it,
I'm gonna green light it.
that's my pick.
Hurts my soul, but that's fine.
This one's
Um,
this one's an easy one. We can fit this one in.
Yeah, I think you and I are on the same page with this one. We've been this way since I think the first mock draft we did, where I ended up with Dallas and I got to pick Burries, and that's my guy. That's
That
who I'm
that was
going with.
that was me. That was no, I'm
No,
not letting you take
I
credit for
picked
that.
Burries.
That was me. Roll the tape. That was
We'll
me.
roll the tape back. We'll figure it out. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
we
sure I
will.
picked Burries.
Because I wasn't gonna take Burries. I was gonna take somebody else, and I had a whole conversation out loud talking about. I was like, you know what? I see somebody I like better for them, and I went Burry. We can run the tape. Now, when I said it, you immediately were like, "Oh yeah, that's awesome." You agreed. But I'm not letting you take credit for that one. That one is all me, and I want Masai Ujiri to call me and thank me for planting that seed in his mind.
Oh shit, I might have been the one. Yeah, you might have been the one to pick Burries because I had the odd numbers in that draft. No, I had the even. Yeah, I had the odd numbers. Never mind. Yeah. No, you had the odd. Yeah, whatever. Whoever picked Burries, great pick. That's who we're going with. I think it was you though. I think
Yeah,
I was wrong. I
I
don't admit that very often. That's hard for me. So let's not. let's
usually I
calm
let
down.
you rock, but that was the one right when I said it. I was like, that makes more sense than anything. Imagining him and Cooper on a fast break, defensively creating steals, like the intensity, it's
Yeah.
gonna actually make me root for Dallas again and maybe look past the Luca era because I cannot wait to see that happen. And it sounds like the Mavericks are all in on Burries too. So I want my finder's fee for that.
You're right. Shout out to Logan. Let Dallas know when y'all get a ring with Cooper Flag that he needs one too.
I'm the reason, basically.
I got you, man. I got you.
So for the Bucks pick, are we operating under the? all likelihood that we're trading Giannis?
Yes, I think we have to. I don't see a situation where Giannis stays in Milwaukee at this point, but I could be wrong because I thought he was going at the All-Star break. So, but I think he's gone. So I'm gonna operate just a set also too for Memphis, even though we already passed the Memphis pick. I'm assuming Ja's not there either anymore.
Same. So if we're assuming Giannis is gone, we have to make somewhat of a swing pick here as well. Somebody that we think has very high upside, whether we think there's a guy that's going to become a superstar or not. We need somebody that we feel like we are going to have on our team for the foreseeable future for like the next decade. Is there somebody that stands out for you
Phylon,
over
I don't
Flint?
care. I think if Giannis is still there, you take Phylon. If Giannis is gone, you take Phylon.
God, you're so high on him.
Dude, I love him. I don't see him being a miss as a at a pick at that level at 10.
So for me, what I would think is Fleming's, or even I would consider Nate Mint just because we have to make a swing. I'm not a Nate Mint guy. I'm with you. We're in sync. We're literally in sync. But I think for the Bucks, it makes sense. You just traded your guy away. If you get a guy that you don't think is going to necessarily become a superstar, and you just get a guy that's going to become even just all-star level, that's not going to fill the void of a Giannis, of losing Giannis. Nate Mint, if it works out, that dude is
If
going to be special.
if I was the GM of the Bucks, I'm picking Phylon. I'm assuming I have another pick. I'm taking Nate, and that's what we're gonna live with.
You gave me Mara way higher than you feel comfortable. I think to you, you would probably have Mara like in the 20s, maybe.
No, I have him higher than that. I have him at like 14.
Okay, that's not bad. That's respectable. I have them on mine just off of my big board. I have them at 9 or 10. So I'm not that much higher on them than you.
Yeah, because I have him at 12 through 14. I could see him going to any of those teams depending on needs and wants. Miami probably doesn't take Amara there, but I could see OKC taking him. I could see Golden State taking him, honestly. Charlotte would love to have him. That's a no-brainer. If he falls to 14, Charlotte hit the lottery. And I'm not even that high on Mara. I just think that would be perfect for what they have.
With how they play, their quick offense and their style, and they need a good defender back there, like that would be perfect. They should honestly potentially look into moving up.
Yeah, if they could move up to 11 or 12, I don't see you convincing Milwaukee to move off of the 10th pick just because you're potentially losing Giannis. But if you could get to 11, and you can pull the trigger on Mara, that would be great for Charlotte.
Would Atlanta be interested in an offer from Charlotte if they said, "Hey, we'll give you 14 and 18 and maybe like Ryan Kalkbrenner or something,
I would
and
do that if
give
I
us
was
the eighth
Atlanta.
pick"?
I would do that if I was Atlanta.
It's interesting.
You give me two picks in this year's draft
Yeah.
in that early? Yeah, I'm taking that
I could
all
still
day.
probably walk away with one of these guards, and I could get
Yeah,
maybe like a Cameron Carr type, maybe even a Steinbach. Like it's not a bad offer.
it's really not. Maybe we should be GMs.
Yeah. If it happens, taking credit for that one too.
Yeah. If Charlotte ends up with Mara, I'm definitely taking credit for that because
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer pick for that. Um, but
I'll
back to
give you
Milwaukee,
Phylon here. I'll give you Phylon.
I appreciate it. Also, I just want to point out, according to the No Ceilings Big Board, Phylon does fit their needs. So,
I mean,
but so
they
does
need
Bennett.
everything. Their needs is everything. You name it.
Yeah, you're right.
Their
You're
best
right.
player, if they trade Giannis, is what, Kuzma? Like, yeah. It's gonna be rough outings for a while.
So, yeah, that's true. So we have the Golden State Warriors, and I've seen some interesting things about Golden State. I've seen them the desire to pair Curry with LeBron, the desire to bring Kawhi and LeBron to Golden State. I don't see that happening. I also saw Wendy Winhurst post that LeBron to back to the Lakers is pretty much what's going to happen. So I'm operating under the assumption that Golden State is going to be kind of stuck where they are. I mean, you're probably not adding another big time star. So now you have to decide, are we all in on the what do we got to do to make Curry get to one more finals potentially? What do we got to do to get him to the Western Conference Finals? How do we improve this team? Or do we look to the future and maybe go and pick a Kingston Flemings?
I think you still have to stick in win now mode. And with that being said, if we're looking at somebody who can help us win right now, is NBA ready? I'm looking at Yaxel, I'm looking at Merez, and I'm looking at Cameron Carr.
Same. I'm with you on all three of those. I've become a lot higher on Johnson over Yaxel. A couple reasons. It's one, he's younger. Two, he's exciting as shit to watch. Not that Yaxel isn't. I just think he's another guy to me during Michigan's NCAA tournament championship run that he really jumped off the screen a good bit to me. And
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a shout out here on Cameron Carr. You have been, I don't know what it is with you and guys who went to Baylor, but you've been on them. If there's a good guy coming out of Baylor, and if anybody from Baylor is watching this, go ahead and send Logan your highlights because he's gonna be in your corner.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna sniff you out. I'm gonna find you. If you're good and you're a Baylor, I'm going to find you. And I think
That's
he would be perfect. Imagining him with Steph, because he to me is going to be an out the gate, very good shooter in the league. I think he's going to be in a very stacked draft class. He's going to be on an all rookie team. I think he's going to be a great defender, great offensive player. He's very smart. I think he works with them so perfectly. He fills a void that they have. Imagine for people who aren't familiar with Cameron Carr, imagine a athletic, lengthy, better shooting Nicholas Batum and get excited.
yeah,
It's
absolutely
kind
get
of simple.
excited.
With that being said, Eileen Yaxel here for the Warriors, just off of his switchability on defense, his ability to run a fast break. He's very moldable. He has so many different skill sets. I don't think he does anything extraordinary, like whereas Morez Johnson might be the best defender in the draft. Yaxel does everything at a very high NBA ready level, which he should be because he's like 29. But I'm,
24, but okay.
it just feels like it.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm with you.
I lean Yaxel, but I'm not dead set on it where I'm not going to hear other points. If you're Merez, I'm also okay with that because I imagine him setting screens for Steph. He provides some toughness. He can learn from Draymond because he can kind of fill a similar role while having a similar body to like Serge Ibaka. I think it makes sense.
If you would have asked me before the NCAA tournament, who am I taking, Yaxel or Merez, I would have said Yaxel. Now looking at it, I think that Yaxel has a slightly better offensive game, but I think Merez has the potential to develop into a better offensive game than Yaxel.
I still think Yaxel has a better offensive
Do
scale.
you?
I do. I think,
Okay.
and it's really his transition. That dude's transition is monstrous. Now, again, it might be because he was a grown man against college kids. It's possible, but I
The
believe in
other
him.
the other thing that I will add where I'm this would be my reasoning for not going with Johnson is we have seen Golden State fumble young bigs in the past. So do you go with the guy who has a little bit more age to him, probably a little bit more polished already, maybe not as high of a ceiling and in Yaxel. And that's no shade. I love Yaxel. I've loved him ever since the first time I watched Michigan play this season.
I like Yaxel to Golden State. I'm rooting for
Okay.
Mara to fall to Golden State. I think he would be perfect. Like he's ideal there. We don't have to get into it, but that's what I'm rooting for. But any of the Michigan guys ending up in Golden State, if they do keep the pick, I'm for. And I don't really have a super strong preference either way. So
All right. Well, let's go Yaxel. We both like him. Both kind of push for him a little bit. So let's go Yaxel.
it's preventing him from going to OKC, where he's probably naturally being called just out of personality match.
The crazy part, though, with OKC is you could go Kingston Flemings, you could go Johnson, you could probably make an argument for Jaden. You could definitely make an argument for Cameron Carr. And honestly, if you were looking for somebody as a backup to Shea, I would listen to Bennett Sturts. I would listen to that argument.
I'd rather listen to the Bennett Starts one at their 17 pick,
Same. I
but
wouldn't want to pick him at 12. I agree with that.
I'm even open to Nate Mint. Like that would make sense. It's somebody we don't need to play right now, but in a couple years when we're really struggling financially, choosing who's going to stay, who's going to go, we have a Nate Mint who's been developing for a few years, learning some one-on-one moves with Shea kind of makes sense to me at
I
his
just
height.
I just want you to know that you will push for Nate, but you will never pick him for whatever reason. Like every time we've done a draft, dude, every time it'll be like I want to say 8 to 10 teams. You'll be like, I could see Nate going here right here. This could be the pick for Nate, and then you'll steadily just talk yourself out of doing it. And I think it's the funniest thing.
Because I always throw it out there to see if you sink your teeth into it and you're like, you know what? I actually like Nate here. Because I'll be like, all right, let's do Nate. But you never do. You're always just like, eh, yeah, I like Morez Johnson. It's like, okay, I agree.
Nate's another guy to me that, much like Wagler, should go back to college for a year. And again, same thing I said about Wagler. We got a spot for you at LSU, man.
With that being said, I think I'm most confident in a Morez Johnson here,
Same.
because he brings the strength, he brings that switchability on defense. And when you're looking ahead to we're probably gonna have more wars with the Spurs, we saw how much strength and just throwing a body at them affected them in the finals. Morez Johnson, he's gonna throw his body into you. He's a
I
wall.
just want I just want to bring this up and obviously keep it in your mind for around pick 17 as well. Because that's when OKC's next pick is, right? Is
Yeah.
17.
Mhm.
Just a thought that I had. Is there any thought in OKC right now of Shed is going to be going up for a max contract pretty soon? Do you look to replace him with like a Hans Steinbeck?
If you're as high as Steinbach as you are, maybe.
I would have picked Steinbeck number one if you would let me, but when we do our solo drafts, man, I'm Steinbeck
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah,
I it's a thought that I have just because Shet came up so small in big moments, and I don't think that I don't know if Steinbeck's the answer, but I just think that it's something maybe OKC should maybe keep an eye on. I don't think for me Steinbeck doesn't fall as far as 17. It's just something I would look at.
yeah, I mean it's a thought.
Yeah. So are we on the same page? We're gonna go Moraz Johnson.
Yeah, the only other guy that I would be like pumping my fist about here would probably be Quaintance, just because of the potential. And I mean, those two guys are probably the two best defenders in the draft, more than likely. So either one I'm good with. So it's up to you. I think I
Um,
lean Morez though.
are we also not pushing Cameron Carr here because the next pick is Miami? And I know the guy you'd want over him if available, and in our draft he is going to be available. But let's say Kingston Fleming or Flemings isn't available there. Would you look at Cameron Carr
For Miami,
for OKC? Are we just
Oh.
avoiding the Cameron Carr talk so we don't stir that up for OKC to get him?
I just feel like they have a lot of lengthy guards and they need strength, and that's not Cameron Carr. He's a very
Okay.
lengthy guy.
Okay.
So I think, I mean, obviously he's a guy that you can plug and play. He's going to make any team better. I just think for what OKC is trying to do and the ceiling they're trying to raise, it's not the best answer for next season.
Okay. All right. So Morez Johnson. Sadly, they get another solid young potential star.
Yeah.
All
Miami.
right. So now we have Miami. I'm gonna let you have the floor on this one. This is your team. My team doesn't have a pick, so I'm just gonna enjoy watching you get to pick for your team.
Like I said, love Cameron Carr. Like that is my guy. If you tell me today, right now, first off, that we're going to have this draft pick, which I don't think we will. I think more that whether we trade for Giannis or we trade for somebody else, we're more than likely not going to have this draft pick. But in this world that we do, if you told me that we get Cameron Carr, hell yeah, brother. As soon as we get him and his tape starts going viral and people realize that Miami got Cameron Carr, people are like, fuck, they did it again. And I'm all for that. With that being said, in this world where Kingston Flemings falls to 13, we get a guy who plays both sides of the ball, is defensive menace, switches, he runs around screens like crazy. He has a very confident pull-up range. He talks with utmost confidence. You hear a lot of these rookies in this draft class, like a Dylan Harper or like a VJ Edgecombe, where they talk about success and they're so cool, calm, and collected mentally. Kingston Flemings has that exact same thing. And he has just like a little bit of life to him, just that he's very hopeful. He always sees the best out of life. And if you listen to him talk and then you watch him on the court, they're like polar opposites because he's a killer on the court and just a friendly, uplifting teammate off the court. So that is the perfect Miami Heat point guard for the future. And I think it would be exciting because as a Heat fan, we've never really had a point guard, like a point guard, and he is kind of an old school point guard. He has a bit of John Wall in him with athleticism. I could yap about him all day, but yeah, I would go Kingston Flemings, and I would be so excited. And again, it would be one of those. Well, we let Kingston fall to Miami. What do we do?
No love for Jason for White Chocolate when he played for Miami, man.
He's not that guy. Come on,
I had to, man. I had to.
co-signing
All
Luke
right.
Barnett over Wimby. What are we doing?
All right. Well,
We
it's
did
good
have
to see
Tim
Miami.
Hardaway, who was a beast back in the
Yeah.
day, but the team wasn't phenomenal besides that one year, 97, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it would have been 97. Um, so Miami gets their guard of the future. Exciting times in Miami. I would have gone Bennett Sturts. No, I mean, sorry, Heinz Steinbach.
I
Got
will
those.
say the one other guy that I would be like, hey, Pat, how do you feel about Kareem Lopez? Because Kareem Lopez is also my guy, and I have him very high on my big board just off of potential. And if we went him, even if we left Kingston on the board, I'm not mad at all. I would be happy with it. But Kingston just seems like such a Miami pick.
The fact that we're at pick 14 and this is the first time you've mentioned Lopez is kind of shocking to me.
It's a record, huh?
Yeah, it's got to be, dude. We got to go. We'll run the film back, but I think that's the record. Kareem Lopez usually gets mentioned. I want to say by pick 7 by now, just because you would have said something about him. But yeah, I think that's a great pick for Miami. I love Kingston Flemings. I think one thing too that I will say is Miami has a great coach in Spo, and you're taking a guy who's already been coached by a great guy in Kelvin Sampson, and so he's coachable. You know he's going to be a gritty, grimy player, kind of like what Miami likes anyway. So he fits what Spo likes to do, and I think that's a terrific pick for Miami.
Noise.
All right, Charlotte's on the board. Charlotte to me is interesting. Um, you can go a lot of different ways. I love Cameron Carr, but I kind of go against him on this one just because of what they already have.
I think you need size if you're Charlotte. You're looking for a big.
I'm my you know where I'm leaning on this one. With the bigs that are available, you know where I'm going.
You're going, oh, Hannes, huh?
I'm going Giannis all day, dude.
I mean, I'm him or acquaintance. So, or Kareem.
I do like Kareem there.
Put him at the four. Maybe you get to move off somebody else you currently have at the four that you would really like to move off of, and everybody who's a fan of the league would like for you to move off of.
I'm waiting for the Luke Cornett piece on that.
Yeah, I've been refreshing.
That's tough for me because I am I know you talk about him more, but I am on the same page with you with Kareem Lopez. I think he has star potential. He's such an exciting prospect to me. The way he has great feel for the game, his versatility. You could put him at the four, you could put him at the five. Great footwork, can shoot the ball. He seems like such a talent. But I also like Hans for similar reasons.
I'm
I
good with
don't think Washington used Steinbeck correctly for the record.
agreed. And I think he would be able to shine. And I think it hadn't been talked a lot with him, but I think he has somewhat star potential. If things work out for Honest, he has he has range. He can really develop and become. He's got the body. He's a very good rebounder. He attacks the paint. He runs the pick and roll extremely well. He crashes the basket. He shows potential to shoot. He's kind of an all-around big in today's era. I like him too. I'm really just giving you the floor here. Quaintance, Steinbach, or Kareem. I'm good with any of the three.
I'm going my guy, Hodges. I want to see him and Khan together, and even LaMelo Ball and him together. I think it's a good fit. Let's go, Hans. Hannes.
I'm good with it. And now that
All
we're out
right.
of the lottery, I feel like we can kind of start to speed up a little bit more. Um, got through those guys. For 15, they got Caleb Wilson. We're talking about length, athleticism. As much as I hate to see my guy go somewhere that's not Miami, I would immediately become a big Bulls guy if they get Caleb Wilson and Cameron Carr.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. Let's go Cameron Carr to the Chicago Bulls, and I think that's just the perfect fit with Wilson.
Yeah, it writes itself.
Yeah, 100%. Memphis is weird for me. You picked Boozer. I, I I could go Swain here. I'm gonna pull a U. I could go Nate Ament here.
You could go Native Man.
Good.
You could, but
You could.
if Native Mint, if we're going Native Mint, do we go him over Kareem Lopez?
I don't know if you put Kareem Lopez on that team, dude.
It's kind of it's a weirder fit.
Yeah, I feel like
He would work, but
it's a lot of bodies in the lane to me though.
I
And
like Swain.
you really don't have a wing.
They have Coward. He's really the one.
Yeah, I say Swain.
I like Swain. He's not going to stretch the floor, but I love the idea of the rim pressure that Swain and Boozer will apply with their and Edie with just their overall and Morant if happens to still be there. Just that rim pressure Memphis will provide will be awesome because Dalen Swain has a little bit of Dylan Harper in him, except he's 6'7". But he has
And a
that no
lot.
matter what you do, I'm getting to the basket, I'm getting to where I'm comfortable.
Yeah, he's a
Not
little
to the
bit more
level of
raw.
Harper, but
I was gonna say he's a lot more raw than Harper is.
for sure. It's a
I'm fine
similar
with Swain.
mindset.
Yeah. All right. OKC back on the clock at 17.
Could we take?
I could go Sturts. I could go Jaden. I could go Native Mint here. Lopez too.
God, I hope they don't get Lopez. This one's
Fits
a
though,
weird
doesn't it?
one. I could see them going two bigs and getting Quaintance too. I could see them doing that.
I could see that too because if you're OKC, you're not worried about the injuries.
Yeah. And again, more than likely, one or both of these picks are being traded because they can't sign three or four rookies. They just don't have the roster space.
Yeah.
So I also like Sturts here.
I do too. Of
A mint makes sense again.
course he does.
I did.
Um,
I'm be honest. I think I might actually say a mint for this one.
I was about to say the same thing. I've kind of convinced myself that, he deserves an opportunity.
Yeah. We've done a mock draft before where we've had him fall almost out of the first round, and I don't know if we can do that to him again.
Yeah, dude. The first time we did a mock draft, didn't he fall to the Knicks?
The first time we did it, he fell to the Knicks at 24, and then we did
Yeah.
another one where he fell down to 29 to the Cavaliers.
Yeah. Let's go
So
ahead and let's give him a higher pick. He deserves it.
we talk about him too much for us to let him fall. I don't want to see him in the green room all upset on draft night.
Um, Charlotte, could you see them going? I know they just got Steinbeck, but could you see them going Lopez or getting another big? Or do you see them kind of go maybe a bigger body route, maybe a Koa Pete, maybe a Taurus Reed? I'm probably ridiculously high on Taurus Reed just from this season.
I'm Kareem Lopez here.
Okay.
I will say though, if they don't have all the confidence in the world in LaMelo, I could see them going a guard like a Christian Anderson or a Corey. But I think they're sticking by LaMelo by all accounts. So dang, it's crazy. He's only 24 too. Um, I go Kareem personally.
Okay. I'm with you.
Okay. He fits them
Um,
perfectly.
yeah. So you got Toronto on the board.
Hmm.
I can see Jaden going here.
I could too.
That's the first person who kind of jumps out at me. I'm not a big I'm probably higher on Sinak than you are. If they wanted to go a big, I would probably go him. I could see Koa Pete. You kind of convinced me a little while ago about Koa Pete the last time we did a draft. Um,
I like the idea of Queens there, but I love Colin Murray Boyles in Toronto, and I hate the idea of him getting less minutes or having competition because I'm a huge Murray Boyles guy. But it kind of makes sense.
isn't your oh yeah, your other guys on the Raptors too.
Yeah. My guy Pearl.
Pirtle, dude, you'd love Pirtle from it was like a while. He got brought up in every podcast.
It blew my mind the contract they gave him.
Um,
He became my
I,
hero.
I think I'm leaning towards Jaden here, man. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm
But
Hill.
oh shoot, how do I do that? I didn't mean that. Can I go back?
Oh, you took a
Yeah, I
Corey.
didn't mean to.
I mean, I was actually gonna say I'm between Quaintance and a Corey.
Well, congratulations, Toronto. You got a Corey. We didn't even really talk about him. I think playing in Stanford hurt him. I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for. I do like him better than Christian Anderson. Um,
What
but
what
that's
I'll say
just
where I think it really makes sense, where the blunder could actually end up being just a success story, is I'm not a big Emmanuel Quickly guy. I think they need scoring from the perimeter. I think it hurt them a ton in the series against the Cavs that they didn't have enough creators uh, at that position. I like Jamal Sheed, but I think he's more of a defensive guy than offense. And bringing in somebody with the flair of a Corey and that ability, I think makes a lot of sense for them. Um, I would be all for Corey there at 19. So I'm actually, from a selfish perspective, I'm more happy that you just clicked that instead of Quaintance. So,
it worked out. It worked out for you, Toronto. Happy for you guys.
which now at 20, if Quaintance is available,
Yes. I'm fine with Quaintance. I'm also fine with Taurus here. You could convince me to go get Koa Pete here. You could also convince me to go get Sinak, only for the mere fact of when San Antonio was in the finals, they couldn't rebound to save their life.
and with that being said, I'm going to say something that's going to make you happy. Give me Tars Reed, man.
Let's go. Let's go.
Give me
That's
Tari.
my guy. That's my guy. I'm fine with that. I
They
love
need
that
you
pick.
rebounding, and that dude is an absolute hustler. And I could see you can play him and Wimby at the same time, and it's going to work out perfectly fine.
Also, two guys with super high motor. Actually, three guys with super high. Well, Wimby didn't really have a high motor in the finals, but Harper and Tars Reed on the same team. Pair him with Castle as well.
UConn connection.
You got dudes who are gritty, grimy, and gonna go get it done for you. I love that pick.
Detroit's a weird one.
Detroit, I think you look to replace Cade Cunningham and you go get you a Bennett Starr. I can't commit to the bit that much of my hate for Cade. I don't even hate Cade Cunningham, but like my lack of love for Cade Cunningham, I guess would be the right way to put it.
He's 24 too, man. That's
Yeah,
wild.
it's crazy, dude. He's not even close to being in his prime. He has so much further to go. Um,
It's crazy.
for me, I love Isaiah Evans. Obviously, he went to Duke. I like Joshua Jefferson here. I also like Malik Thomas. I like a scoring wing. Thompson hasn't really proved to be a consistent scorer. Tobias Harris to me is when he shows up, he's great. When he's not there, it's real, real bad.
I'm I really like Sturts. I like the idea of getting a backup point guard that can play defense and shoot. That's why I like Sturts. With that being said, though, I really like the idea of not having Karis LeVert being a very key part of the offense or a part of the team in general. And if we could get Malik Thomas to kind of fill that role,
Hmm.
I like that a lot.
I do too.
I don't
I'm
know
with
if
you
you
on
think
Malik.
that's reaching on Malik.
I think it is reaching on him, but team needs, I think, kind of at this point of the draft and where Detroit is, I think you can go ahead and reach for him there. It's not too big of a reach. They got him projected 24 through 30.
If you're super high on Evans over Malik, I'm okay with it. I just like the defense of Malik a lot more.
I think Malik fits Detroit more than Isaiah Evans does. Isaiah Evans to me would fit better in Toronto, Philly, even Atlanta, LA for sure, or one of those type teams, Minnesota maybe. But I think defensively, I think you go Malik.
Agreed.
Philly, your 76ers are on the clock. You're a 76ers fan, remember?
Oh, I am. I forgot about that. A little piece of lore I learned about myself through the TikTok comments.
I forgot about that for a second. I don't know why that just clicked for me, but yeah, you're a Sixers fan, man.
Yeah, because I said one thing positive about VJ Edgecombe once.
If only they knew you. It
Yeah.
wasn't once. It's an everyday occurrence here.
Yeah. I'm not even looking at a guard here. I'm not considering a guard.
I think you got to look for somebody to replace VJ.
I think you get another guard and you just have another Jared McCain situation.
Yeah, agreed. I think they're super guard heavy.
In fact, if they draft a guard, I'm going to be furious because like you had Jared McCain. What was the point in just gifting him to OKC if you're going to draft a guard?
They just want to see OKC try to win a finals again, which apparently is a participation trophy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I can't get over that. I'm sorry. We'll go back to what we were doing.
It is crazy though.
Philly.
When somebody has a platform to that degree and says something like that, I think we all have a responsibility to be like, that's insane and we can't allow that to happen. It's like when that one dude went on Skip Bayless's show and said he's never seen a LeBron poster. And even Skip had to break character for a second to be like, all right, hold on. No, we can't, we're gonna lose all credibility if we say something like this. We can say something crazy, but let's not blow
Yeah, let's not get
credibility
too
here.
ridiculous.
Um,
Um, so are you? I mean, I think it would be great for the Sixers to go ahead and get another guy who has injury problems and get Jaden. No shade at Jaden, I really like him, but that was more shade at Embiid.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. On paper, Quaton's there is awesome, but it's
Yeah,
like, man, we're scarred. We can't do that again. I'm saying we since I'm a Sixers guy now.
yeah, you are.
We can't do that again. But the secondary options compared to him don't really measure up to him at all. I do love the idea of Joshua Jefferson there. I've had my sights on him to Philadelphia ever since I've really come across his game. I think he sets guys up super well. He can space the floor. He's a team guy first and foremost, and I think he would find so much joy in helping Maxey and Edgecombe just continue to grow, almost like a Aaron Gordon or a Draymond Green type guy for them. I love the idea for him. 22 is a little bit higher than where I like him, but just overall fit, I like him there. Another guy I'll throw in there is Koa Pete. He's like 18, 19 years old. Let him potentially grow with those guys. And one other name I'd throw is Allen Graves, just because that's also my dude.
You're really high on Allen. I'm hoping he comes to LSU, but I would be fine with Joshua Jefferson. I would be fine with Jaden. I'm gonna let you kind of pick it because I'm not in love with anybody for Philly, to be honest.
I would pick Quaintance and not look back, besides the reason that you mentioned. I don't think I can get my fans on board, and those are fans who are going to make me hear it if I do take Quaintance. I'm going to take somebody that I feel very confident in, who's going to fit and be ready to play big minutes out the gate, and I'll go Joshua Jefferson.
Okay.
All right, so for the Atlanta Hawks second pick, they just got to die Mara. Now I think we are exactly where we want, where we're able to get one of these guards here. Again, it's not the high level of a guy like Fleming's, or even like an Corey who we would have loved to have fallen here. It's funny how the one blunder of not hitting Quaintance's name has made him fall down here to this this point. But I think for Atlanta, I'm good with either Sturts or Anderson. It's whichever you prefer. I'm kind of okay with.
Give me another D2 guy. Give me Bennett Sturts. He's a proven winner. Played for a great coach. Give me Bennett, man. I love Bennett.
He fits them perfectly.
Yeah, I'm a big Bennett Sturts guy. The Knicks coming off a championship run. Um,
So
interesting,
I've grown really high on the idea of Koa Pete going to New York. I've really liked that. But in this universe of acquaintances available, kind of perfect. Kind of the
especially if
best
you're
situation for him because they're probably going to be losing Mitchell Robinson. So
exactly. That's what I was about to say right there. If you're losing Mitchell, let's go ahead and get you kind of a guy that replaces that. I know it's not exactly the same size, but still a big body, rebounds, lob threat, still kind of gives you all of the same stuff. Got the Lakers. The Lakers are interesting because I think they have to go with a big here, um, based on what they have. Really struggled rebounding the ball too. Really struggled, no lob threat. I like Zuby. I like Vasar, and I could see going Chris Sinak here as well.
I'm not a Sanak guy. So if we're taking Sanak, you're really going to have to push me on that one. I do like Zuby, and I've grown higher on Vesar. I wasn't a fan of his really at all. I didn't like a lot of his decision making. He looked super clunky. But with Luca, I think he's going to be very good at, just getting those lobs. And that dude can shoot the shit out the ball. So I like Vesar there, but I also like Zuby. I'm between those two, but if you really push for Sanak, I'm not going to tell you no.
My thing with Sinak is he kind of reminds me a little bit of what Luca had in Dallas. I could see that kind of fitting together. Vesar to me really brings like the Euro ball style out in Luca, and I think the sets they could run with him, the way he can space the floor, the high level ability to shoot. I mean, we saw Rui, who is, I think I love Rui, but I mean, he was shooting the crap out of the ball, and Luca wasn't even on the floor yet. He was still hurt. So you throw Vasar in that similar situation, and you add Rui, that's a lot of shooting on the floor. That's hard to guard. You're really spacing the floor. It's going to give, if LeBron comes back, a lot of room to operate, which I think last year he did a really, really good job of kind of not always just going to the 3-point line. I mean, I saw LeBron go a lot of kind of what we saw Kobe do towards the end of his career, a lot of back to the basket, a lot of low post moves, not a lot of three balls. I like Vassar here.
I'm with you.
Okay, cool. Denver. Injury bug got to them this year. Probably should have made a deeper playoff run. Jokic was never the same after his injury. Hopefully he comes back better. I think he will. Team needs wise, I kind of need another guard. Couldn't need another guy, kind of like a Aaron Gordon type if available. But who do you see them picking?
I could see them talking their way into an Aaron Gordon-esque guy in Koa Pete or Alan Graves. I like Alan Graves here. He's extremely efficient. He's going to attack the offensive glass. He's going to need a little bit of help on the defensive end, that's where you could maybe argue yourself like maybe he's not the guy, at least like on ball. I think he's a very good team defender. He has very quick hands. One thing about Alan Graves, when it comes to me evaluating prospects, he has some of the fastest reaction time I've ever seen. And him and Jokic both being on the same court with their reaction time, I think is kind of a match made in heaven. And I'm talking my way into it a bit more strongly as this goes on, where yeah, I think I go Alan Graves for
You
me.
kind of talked me into it. The only guy that I would say that I didn't hear you mention for Denver would be Zuby, who I would like to see in Denver. I think he's another good fit for them. Kind of fits that Aaron Gordon type style. But I would be fine with Graves here too. And also him and Jokic together, I think would be an interesting pairing.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you decide. And if you think them losing Aaron Gordon, if he gets hurt again before the playoffs again next year, if they're hurt more on the offensive end or the defensive end, if it's offense, Allen Graves, defense, Zuby, I'll let you decide.
Man, I think you said a lot of good things about Alan Graves, but I think I'm leaning towards Zuby, man.
I'm good with that. I think
Okay.
Zuby goes with him well. He can help out on defense, especially as Jokic continues to get older.
All right. Let's go Zuby. Your Boston Celtics are on the clock.
Don't do that.
You're, you're the future home of Giannis. Um, I mean, what do you really need? Is Alex Caravan to me is a Boston Celtic pick from top to bottom. It could be purely the fact that he's a white guy, but I think he fits them. I don't see Isaiah Evans just because they already got Tatum. Assuming they keep Brown, I don't see him being a good fit. Chris Sinak here, I kind of like. So,
I
what up?
like I like Conwell too. He's kind of a Peyton Pritchard kind of guy. If they want another one of those, Richie Saunders seems like a Boston pick.
Yeah, Richie's a good pick for Boston too. I can see that.
I could see them reaching a little bit for Richie because that dude is just an absolute workhorse. He's a guy who could get punched in the mouth while playing a basketball game and laugh about it and tell you that it was his favorite game he's ever played in his life. And I think that just makes sense for them.
Do
But
you see?
if you like Sinak for him, I'm okay with it.
I think I'm gonna go Sinak here, but I just want to bring one name up because we haven't mentioned him yet, and someone I could see Boston potentially reaching on. He's a point guard. Is Sergio?
I love Sergio.
Yeah, I could see them reaching on him, and I don't think it's really a reach per se, but I like Sinak. I just think having a lob threat, rebounding, kind of takes a little. Just yeah, let's go Sinak. Minnesota.
This one, I think for me, it's just Christian Anderson. If there was a really good big here, I would want to take that, but I'm not. Look at my big board. Who else is would be the next big? It's we're at the drop off area for that. Um, yeah, they don't even have like a legitimate center for a while, and I don't have one until number 41 on my big board. So
I don't have one until 42 or 43, I think. So yeah, I'm with you. I would go Christian Anderson. You could convince me on Ryan Conwell. Braden Smith kind of interests me here, just in the sense of probably can learn a lot from Mike Conley. Not saying he's at that level, but I think that kind of fits for each other. Both very cerebral, heady guards. I like. I'm not a big Braden Smith guy, but I could see that argument too. But Christian Anderson, kind of along the same lines as well, can learn a lot from Mike Conley. So,
same build as Conley. They have very similar body type and height, and I think it just makes sense. He can help them feed in the paint, and also they need help shooting threes sometimes, and that dude can shoot with the best of them in this draft class.
yep. Let's go Christian Anderson here.
All right.
I don't know what I did there. Take that off. All right. The mistake by the lake. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on the clock now.
Another one that I wish a center was available for them right here, almost to the point where I could see them reaching further than they should.
Are
Um,
you not are you not happy with the Jared Allen Mobley situation? Is that not I mean, I think they're kind of solidified on the bigs. I think you got to go a guard who can shoot the ball and take some pressure off of um Donovan Mitchell because James Harden was kind of, you know, James Harden ended up out there.
I think Jared Allen is more than likely going to be on a different team within the next 2 years. So
I agree with that too. I could
that's
see
where
him
I'm
on
at with
solid.
that. But I do think
I
they need another guard because James Harden's more than likely going to be on another team or not in the league in a couple years. So, and as far as that, I like Conwell. I also really like Sergio, man.
I like Sergio. I like there's
There's
a
a
part of
higher
me
upside with him.
with Sergio. Yeah. Would you Are we entertaining Conwell at all, or are we just strictly looking at Sergio?
I like Conwell. He's relentless. That dude does not stop. He will shoot 9 threes in a game and make two of them, and then the next game shoot 12. And he's just, that's how he's going to be, and it's going to be exciting to watch. I just don't know if they want more of that when they have James Harden on the team.
Yeah. And then you can make if you got Sergio and he does develop, you could also let Donovan play a little bit more off ball, move some guys around, sit James Harden. Yeah, let's go. I'm in for Sergio if you
I'll
are.
say one other name, though.
Okay.
I think Alex Caravan makes a little sense here, too. I think they could use a good three that's consistent. And actually, Richie Saunders as well kind of makes sense. Of they could use a psycho, and Richie's a psycho. I think the don't overthink it pick is Sergio for us. But I think those other guys are interesting enough to mention.
I think I'm going. If you're good with it, I think I go Sergio here.
I'm good with it.
Okay, we'll go Sergio. The Mavericks, you got Burries. Shout out Logan. You got Kyrie still, but I see Kyrie moving. And then you got Cooper Flag. I'm really high on Isaiah Evans. That's who I take. I'm not really entertaining anybody else besides him. Unless you could probably Richie Saunders here. I'd be okay with. Even Alex Caravan here, I'd be okay with too.
Yeah, I'm Evans here as well. I
Okay.
think it makes sense. And after getting Burries and having Cooper, I think you can sacrifice a little bit of defense for some shooting. And I think Isaiah Evans makes sense. And you got the Duke connection with him, Kyrie and Cooper.
Yeah. It's the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Let's go Isaiah. your future NCAA national champion Duke Blue Devils.
And that's the end of round one. And we have a couple guys falling. Koa Pete, Alan Graves, both guys that a lot of people thought should have gone back to school. And we have them falling out of the first round if we were the GMs. And I'm a huge Alan Graves guy, so that says kind of a lot.
I think it's good for him to fall out of the first round, to be honest. I think with his development and where he's going to be in the next 5 years or whatever, I think for him, the best situation, you don't go in the first round and you can have some time to develop, not as much pressure. That's just how I feel about Alan Graves. I still really like him.
Yeah, let him have that chip on his shoulder a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So for the second round, we can kind of go through it a bit quicker and just, I guess, say we like this guy and maybe a couple points. But we are going to be doing our own mock drafts solo. I'll be doing one, Sean will be doing one of just what we realistically see more of like a predictions versus our preference. And I'm curious to see who ends up becoming closer on draft night when we are live streaming it on who's closer. Um,
I think we should have when we're done with this one and then our solo ones up for when we do the live stream, have those up as well and see where we fall and the people who watch us and follow us and are hopefully watching the live stream can either see how dumb we are or potentially how smart we are.
yeah. It's going to be weird because I feel like there's going to be a lot of draft night trades more than usual.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough to kind of see, well, I was accurate, but they traded the pick twice before it landed where it did. So,
All
um,
right.
so for the first pick in the second round, the Knicks already drafted Quaintance, which I just love there for them. And Pete's still available if we wanted to double up on the guys that I like there.
I'm going Koa Pete. I was already thinking that way. I think he's 6'7", solid body. He's a dog. A lot of strength to him. Kind of like OG, not as good as OG, but definitely kind of got that similar build and everything.
Yeah, unless they want another guard that they feel very good about going forward, like a Ryan Conwell or
You can convince me of Ryan Conwell here too, just because I think you probably lose a guard in the offseason. Maybe a Jordan Clarkson, or you might lose Alvarado, but I don't see him leaving New York right now. But I'm you can convince me of him too.
we can go Koa.
Okay, let's go Koa.
They got a couple really young guys in this draft with a bunch of potential that they can kind of look going forward with. I like it.
For Memphis, you got Boozer, you got Swain. Um,
Let's see. I think here, so one that actually kind of intrigues me a little bit is Braden Smith.
yeah, he was the first one that was on my mind.
Because we talked earlier about the rim pressure that the Grizzlies provide. And if you're going to
Yep.
provide a lot of rim pressure, having a guy who can feed the post and find you on cuts is extremely valuable. And you reunite with uh, Edie. I was blanking on his name for a second. That Purdue connection. And I think we're going to see just a little very quick side thing. I think we're going to see a lot more teams try to replicate in some sense what the Knicks did of the Nova Knicks. I think we're going to see more of that kind of thing. Like I could see whoever drafts Acuff also be targeting getting Brazil or getting Malik Thomas. I could see that of because we now have a proof of concept. It worked. Like what you said, it was the power of friendship, how the Knicks won. I could see them doing that. And the Grizzlies, I'm not this high on Braden Smith. This is way higher than I really feel comfortable having him. But I think it makes sense for the team that we're building for them.
I like Braden Smith. I like Caravan here. And the other guy would be Richie Saunders for me, but I'm perfectly comfortable going Braden Smith here.
Yeah, I think I go Braden.
Okay, let's go Braden.
Never thought I would take him that high, just for the record.
Yeah. I'm not thrilled about it, honestly, but I like him there. Brooklyn, you got Brown. They did not get it. Oh yeah, they only had one pick in the first round. They had
Mhm.
two. Okay. Um, Brooklyn, you're trying to build something.
We got to swing here.
This is where I might go, and I'd love to go big here, but I don't know who you go with.
A swing, if we want to really take a swing on it, it would be Baba Miller for me.
Yep, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, that dude, his length, I mean, he has every skill set you could want besides being able to shoot worth a lick, but he can dribble for his size, he can attack the paint, he can feed, he's got great footwork. He has really everything you want. He's got the length. They have him listed as 6'10" and a half without shoes on, so he's really like 7 feet tall in a basketball game. Um, we have to swing in Brooklyn. We have to show you something you're not going to find elsewhere, and I think Baba Miller might fit the bill for me there.
All right, let's go, Baba.
Hello.
All right. Sacramento Kings. They're obviously going to pick another guard because they love guards, and you don't really have any other options. I could see Conwell going here. I could honestly see Alan Graves going here too,
Forgot Graves was
which
still available.
would suck for Sacramento though. I mean, it would suck for Graves, not Sacramento.
I think for me, the Kings pick here, I don't want him to go there though, but I can't. I have to put bias aside. I Brazil,
Yeah, he was going to be my next guy I brought up.
just the flash, the flair. He has potential to become higher than where we have him. It seems like, and I know if he goes Sacramento, it's not going to pan out. And I hate to say that, but they have a reputation for taking guys who are good athletes at that forward position and just turning them into nothing.
Yeah. I say we go the kid from Arkansas. Let's give Sacramento maybe some a chance to not screw it up. So let's go Brazil. Um, Spurs. Allen Graves would be interesting for the Spurs, dude. Conwell would be another one for me, and the other one I'm thinking is Richie Saunders.
I love Richie here too. I do think Alan Graves is
The fit,
kind of perfect,
yeah, because
and for his value in particular.
you're not worried if he really pans out, and if he does, it's even you can use him as trade capital. So let's go Allen Graves here.
He seems like a Spurs guy. It
He
would be a
does.
great fit for him. That would be like ideal position for him because he's going to get minutes out the gate too. And the Spurs have two more second round picks coming up, so they can get there's a bunch of guards left that could potentially be something. So
You got the Los Angeles Clippers on the clock, and I could they got the main guy out of the way. They got a cuff. I could see them going Emmanuel Sharp.
I love Emmanuel Sharp.
I could go Richie Saunders here. I don't see
Richie
them going
Saunders is
Con.
turning into our native mint where we keep saying
Yep.
his
I'm
name.
waiting for this is the one for me that I'm waiting for you to take the bait of the Richie Saunders to convince me to take him. Um, but I like him, and I also like Caravan, and Caravan's becoming that as well too right now.
Who's the Clippers center right now? What did you say over there?
Brooke Lopez and Yannick.
I like Niederhauser. I do, but I also like the idea of them getting There's just not. So for you, do you have a center that you like coming up? Because that the one that just popped up there, Onyensu, that's the highest center I have available. I like him.
I like him. He's probably best available center wise.
That dude is a blocking machine. Can't do much
And
else, but that dude has a crazy high block percentage. I'm interested in him, or we can, I don't know, Richie. Although the idea of Richie and Acuff together sounds fun.
Yeah, it does to me. I gotta stop doing that.
I thought it just canceled out everything I was about to say.
I was about to be like, ah. Um, I think Emmanuel Sharp and pairing him with Acuff is kind of exciting to me too, but
They could play off each other well, but they do already have Garland.
yeah, I'm just not thrilled. I'm not a big Garland guy.
Yeah. Who are you leaning towards right now?
I
Richie?
think I'm I think I'm leaning towards Richie right now, dude.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Just looking at the roster too, Nicholas Batum is 37 years old. Yeah, let's go Richie here.
Okay.
Oklahoma City.
Yet again. Who did we get with them before? You
Uh,
can, yeah, scroll up on the roster.
Ahmet and Morez Johnson.
That's right. That's right. Okay, I think we should get another guard for them. And the one that makes, I hate to say this because I love this guy, but Emmanuel Sharp makes a lot of sense here.
Emmanuel Sharp makes a lot of sense to me. Um, Dylan Mitchell, too, for me. Those are
Jaden
my top.
Bradley.
Eh,
They need somebody who can create for people if they have injuries.
yeah, so I think Emmanuel Sharp.
I love that for some of these dudes, they just have absolute dog on them. I think that's awesome
Me too, dude. That's great.
because you need that. That's something you can't quantify otherwise.
We good with Sharp?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, let's go Sharp. Chicago Bulls. Oops.
Okay. I like what
Ooh.
we're building here in Chicago.
Yeah, you got Caleb Wilson, Carr. I could go Caravan here. Um,
How confident are you in Josh Giddey? Are you a Josh Giddey guy?
no, not in the least bit.
Okay. What about
If
Rob
I
Cunningham?
if I was Chicago and I can move off of Josh Giddey, I would do it yesterday.
Damn. Okay, so I'm definitely higher on him than you are. What about Rob Dillingham? Do you have any faith left?
Not really. I like him and I want him to be good. I would stick with Dillingham. I like him.
I think I'm leaning right here towards the big guy, the blocking machine, Onyensu. That's where
I
I'm.
I am too because to me you really need to solidify that front court for Chicago. During the season, this season they had what? Everybody was basically under 6'6" for a while there. So why not go get a guy who can really protect the rim?
Yeah. That might be somewhat of a reach for him to grab him at 38, but I think it makes sense.
I do too. All right, let's go him. The Rockets. I kind of forgot they existed there for a second.
Yeah, new team. Nice. We haven't talked about them on a mock draft in a while.
Yeah.
I think they have a couple second round picks if I remember correctly.
I
So
hope so.
they either need a big or they need another guard. I don't know if they need another guard. They probably need somebody with some size, some athleticism, more than likely. Dylan Mitchell would kind of make sense if that's your guy.
I like Dylan Mitchell.
I'm a
Um,
Rafael Castro guy personally.
I'm not a big Castro guy, but I haven't watched him enough to really dig into that. I also like Brown from Duke for them.
It's a bit high for Brown for me.
Okay, that's fine. I agree too, but my other question would be, how high are you on Reed Shepard?
Not near as high as everybody else is. And honestly, I never have been. It's always been kind of a Twilight Zone thing for me. when I hear people talk about Reed Shepherd, I'm always just kind of like, I'm we're not watching the same dude. I don't see it. I don't know how we got here. I don't know how he was like a consensus top five guy in his draft. Like, so yeah, I'm not in.
See, that's where I would go Ryan Conwell then.
I'm not against it. Yeah, I'm with it. I think he's kind of slipped enough because I do like Ryan Conwell quite a bit.
Okay. So we going Conwell here?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. God dog. All right. If you're watching this, anyone who works at Apple, the touchpad, I'm done with it. It's trash.
Yeah, get you one of those Apple my mouse or whatever, mouse.
It's just mouse in the situation.
Yeah, it doesn't transfer to mice and technology.
I don't think so, but I'm anyone who's ever read anything that I've ever written knows that I am not a grammar guy. So your guess is as good as mine.
Is this just Caravan and we
Yeah.
shake hands and call it a good day?
Yeah. That's a to me that's a Celtic pick anyway, and I like him there.
Miami,
I like Dylan Mitchell here.
I'm good. Um, no knock on him. I'm just not the biggest Dylan Mitchell guy.
Okay.
I'm looking at my big board here, seeing who's my best available. I think my best available is Jaden Bradley, but we just got Kingston Flemings. I really like Tega Owe, and he seems like a Miami guy.
Yep. I agree with
Another
that.
guy, this is might be a reach to some, and to some people this is a reach, and to other people they're like, how have you let him fall to this far? Jack Cahill from Germany. I don't know how familiar you are with him. That dude has a ton of potential. He just does not have it all together yet. Um, Tyler Nickel just get some shooting makes sense. Castro. Can I say who I would like just my own personal me being me would
Yeah.
be Lamar Wilkerson. I love Lamar Wilkerson, but I don't want to have us pick him now and it just be like, well, he's a Heat fan. He saved my gym and sleeper of the draft for the Heat. So,
Dang,
um,
oh, there he is from Indiana.
yeah, I love Lamar Wilkerson.
I mean, I let you have your Miami pick in the first round. I'm gonna let you. That's your team. So that's you. You're the GM. I'll agree with wherever you decide to go.
It's a lot of pressure, man. That's God. Always seems like such a Miami Heat guy. Also like Nick Martinelli. There's a lot of guys in this draft I like. I think I go Otego away. I like our bigs. I like our wings. Get some guards. I'll go Otego away. He's got the absolute dog defines him so well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with the that altogether.
Okay. Taurus Reed and Graves.
I love that for San Antonio.
Yeah, that's you're pumping your fist over that. It's interesting to me it shows Quadir Copeland as Fitz Need. I think they kind of have a lot of guards over there. I don't know if that's really
I like Castro here.
I do. I really like Castro.
Yeah, that if I'm San Antonio and Castro falls to us in the second round at 42, I'm ecstatic. I kind of like Tyler Nickel here too. I'm not a big anybody who's ever played at Vanderbilt for whatever reason. I don't know when I became a Vanderbilt hater, but I guess I am now.
That dude's a just shooting machine though.
Yeah.
I think I saw over his last season, like 90% plus of his shot attempts were from three. So you have a specialist there. But I like Castro. I'm all in on getting Castro. Just get some more size. The more size we can throw in San Antonio, I'm for.
Yeah, I say go Castro here. I think pairing him with the guards that they have now, he's a lob threat. Obviously, he can rebound the ball because God, they need it.
Yeah. The
I
only
find
other
it,
guy I would have thrown in there maybe is Jaden Bradley, but they also have a pick here, 2 picks from now that we could revisit Jaden Bradley.
yeah. Um, Brooklyn, you got Brown, you got Baba. I like Malik Brown. I like Dylan Mitchell. I hate Bruce Thornton. I know it says fit need. I'm not a Bruce Thornton guy.
Ooh, why are you not a Bruce Thornton guy? I gotta hear.
He just, I don't know. The tough part is the only time I watched him was against Michigan. And to me, I just didn't really like him. Um, I don't really have much on him other than he just didn't do anything for me. He didn't move the needle for me at all.
He's a model of efficiency, I'll tell you that.
All right.
Um, I I think we're starting to reach the point of the draft where it's like, all right, we have to pick somebody now. There's still some guys that I like, but I do think we've reached drop-off stage. I like Jacoby Gillespie a little bit. I'm okay with Dylan Mitchell if that's your guy that you want to take. I like Quadir Copeland.
I like Copeland and I like Bradley. I'd be fine with either one of those picks. But for I think Copeland. I say we go Copeland on this one.
Okay. Let's just keep adding guards in Brooklyn.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, they drafted like 5 last draft. What's a couple more?
Yeah, ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah. Spurs got
Spurs.
it says Fitz need Seth Trimble. I'm not a big Trimble guy. I doubt you are too, since he's a North Carolina dude.
We're not even gonna say North Carolina anymore. We're just gonna say that ugly blue team and move on. None of them deserve to get picked. I'm just kidding. They got
I
some good kids.
I think Jane Bradley for me is the
Yeah.
pick here because they have their point guards, but just to have one more that you can trust, and I do trust him to make the right decision and not get rattled. And he's gonna find you, and I could see him being a guy that could find Wimby for a ton of lobs. So I like him. Tyler Nichols not bad too, just for shooting.
Yeah, I'm going Bradley here.
Okay.
Sacramento Kings. This is where I do see like a Bruce Thornton, Gillespie, or even Seth Trimble going here, even though I would much prefer them pick more of a Dylan Mitchell type or Malik Brown personally. I know
Um,
you're not as high on Brown as I am, and most of my love for Brown comes from he went to Duke. So
yeah, it's still a little bit high for me. I like his intangibles, but I think for me, this is where I would throw out a name that I don't think you're super with. It's the Jack Kyle guy. He makes a lot of sense for me in Sacramento of just a big swing because he's somebody that if it pans out, we're looking at a redraft in 10 years. Like he probably should have gone top 17-ish if it all works out. And if it doesn't work out, then it's like this guy got drafted. So it kind of makes sense for the Kings for me. Now, if it's like, hey, you're not super familiar with them and you don't want to take them, I'm cool with that too. But
who are you going with?
for me, I was leaning Jack Cayo. I don't know if they even have him in the.
I didn't know Xavier Lee was even in this draft.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his.
No, he's a overseas player to me.
I hate to say this, but he's one of the worst in the draft to me.
Yeah, um, I'm with you on that. I was hoping he was going to be good just because the story would have been cool transferring to Princeton and going to Florida. I think that would have been cool. Dang, dude. There he is.
98. That so I think for them they just haven't updated his position because he is projected to go as high as like 31 in a lot of places.
I'm with it if you want to take him.
I
I like a
trust
good reach.
you'll trust me.
Yeah, I trust you.
Okay, bet.
All right, cool. Let's go him. As we're back with Orlando finally getting on the clock, be interesting to see if they try to move up or anything, just based on what they have.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't heard their name in the Giannis sweepstakes a bit more because that seemed to be an actual conversation there for about a week and then it was never revisited. But
Is it the fear that he goes to Orlando for like 2 years and then gets traded to the Lakers right after
history would tell you so.
that?
Orlando is a weird one. They need shooting. Tyler
Is this
Nichols?
where we? Yeah, that's exactly who I was about to say. I was about to be like, is this where we pick Tyler?
Yeah.
All right, Tyler Nicollet. Tyler Nicollet is
Yeah, the only other guy would have maybe been Nate Biddle, and I'm not the biggest Nate Biddle guy, but
not a big name, little guy.
Phoenix needs somebody who can help Booker become a full-time shooting guard again instead of having to play a pseudo point guard. I like Jacoby Gillespie.
I do too.
Am I overlooking somebody? I like Bruce Thornton way more than you do. In fact, I think I like Bruce Thornton here more than Gillespie because
Oh,
he could kind of be like a Chris Paul-ish type player. Obviously, like an extremely watered down. Like I'm not comparing him to him, but more in how he approaches the game is kind of Chris Paul-ish. And I think there's already a seed planted in Booker's mind if he knows how he could play off of him as soon as he arrives.
yeah. I mean, if you're high on Bruce, I'll go Bruce. I like Gillespie, but I'm fine with Bruce, even though I'm not a big Bruce guy.
I wouldn't say I'm high on him. It's just we're at 47 and I'm like, yeah, I feel good about
Okay.
it.
Be the craziest draft room ever. I'm not a crazy eye on him. Okay.
Yeah, call it in.
We'll take him. Bruce it is. I also I don't like the name Bruce. It's not nothing ever happened to me with somebody named Bruce. I'm just not a big fan of the name Bruce. No offense to anyone who watches our podcast named Bruce either. It's just I think it's not a good sports name.
That's a funny thing. That's a funny thing to feel, man.
Name one good Bruce that's played any sport.
Bruce Smith.
I feel like that's a made up name now.
Didn't he play for the Bills?
I don't know.
The linebacker? The guy who's like killing people?
That's Ray Lewis, dude. He played for the Ravens.
Well, yeah, he killed people. Am I crossing wires? Bruce Smith? Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. He was a defensive end for the Bills.
Yeah,
That's a crazy pull, man.
I'm not a football guy, but that dude was a beast.
He played 19 seasons. That's insane.
Yeah, all-time great.
He looks like a psychopath.
Yeah,
He looks like if I had to line up against him, I would just get out of the way, to be honest.
guys did that.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the way. We can take Bruce.
Yeah, woohoo. We're
Also
hooked
in
up.
my mind, just so we kind of know where we're at with people named Bruce, I just have like the longest yard in my head and Brucey.
So real quick, something I just noticed, it's weird. Kingston Flemings earlier was listed as shooting guard, which he's definitely a point guard. And Braden Burries is listed at point guard when he's a natural shooting guard. Just a weird, that's weird,
Yeah,
but doesn't matter. Um, I would like to get them a big here.
I could go. I could go Biddle here.
I think I like I don't know how you feel about him, but Felix from Tennessee, Akpara, I like him. I like him more than Biddle personally.
Yeah, I would rather him over Biddle for sure. I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah, me too. I was looking down my big board and I was like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, let's go Felix here if you're good with it.
Yeah, call it in. Especially since Lively can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
All right,
Denver.
Denver. I would like to get them some shooting here somehow, some way. Some shooting or ball handling. Gillespie's a possibility, but I like Martinelli.
I like Martinelli. I like
That dude's tough. I'm not a big Lipsy guy. I'm not a big Uzan guy. Ooh, we can go my guy, Lamar Wilkerson. I'm I'm going on the record here today. The steal of this draft. I'm not saying he's gonna be a star. I'm not gonna say he's gonna make an all NBA team someday, but he's gonna be a guy, maybe like a Ayo Dosunmu type level guy, where you look back, it's like, man, that dude just changes your trajectory of a team immediately. Just that level dude. I love Lamar Wilkerson. He's a great shooter. He will shoot it lights out. He's not afraid to shoot. He can switch on defense. He fights over screens. He has active hands. He has everything that m makes me wonder why he's all the way down at 66. And they have a small forward. I guess I don't. Shooting guard is what I would more likely put him at.
I like Lamar here. I'm fine with that.
Okay. I'm a big Lamar Wilkerson guy. Honestly, if it was up to me, we would have taken Lamar like 32. Like
Golly, I'm not that high on him.
I'm high on him. All right, Toronto, who'd we take? A Corey. Oh yeah, the blunder.
Accidentally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's destiny.
Could be. Could be. Could be the future.
So we initially wanted to give them size.
I could see them taking Biddle here.
I could
I could
too, but I
also
don't know that.
I could also see them taking I still like Malik Brown.
Mitchell's still available.
Mitchell's still available. Who's gonna be the next guy? I don't like Seth. I do like Gillespie, even though we were talking size. I just like him.
Do
And it is this
you do you like Isaiah Nelson or Toby Lawal at
I
all?
like Toby. I like Toby.
Do you like Toby
Uh,
or Dylan?
I like Toby, dude.
Really? Okay. I like Toby as well. Great athlete,
Yeah.
phenomenal athlete. Didn't he have like a 45-inch vert or something
Yeah,
like
he he's
ridiculous?
he's a crazy athlete, dude.
He'd have been fun with Denver too, in retrospect.
Yeah. We going Toby.
I'm good with that.
Cool.
Washington's back.
Jeez.
I think they had the last pick too, if I remember correctly. Um, to go with Darren Peterson, Dylan Mitchell's not bad here.
Malik Brown.
I'm not against, we're in the range where I'm comfortable with Malik Brown for sure. I'm comfortable with him here. Do you like him more than Mitchell?
Yes. Not a confident yes. It's more of a yeah, I'll take him. He went to Duke. I like that he has a motor. He's pretty versatile. I think he has a pretty high upside. He impressed me a lot in Duke games this year.
The highest guy available on my big board right now is Jacoby Gillespie, but I don't think he fits here.
No, not to me.
Yeah, I'll ride with you, whatever you say.
Give me Malik.
Clippers to go with Acuff and Saunders. We're building something here and it's toughness. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, we got to get toughness here. I like Mitchell again. Um, I like the kid from Houston. Why does it keep doing that? Ooh,
Every time it does that, I'm like, crap, we lost
yeah,
it.
dude. I get scared. Um,
I saw it in your eyes.
I got so scared, dude.
All right. Isaiah
How do you feel
Nelson's
about?
interesting.
I think Nelson's interesting. He was one I was going to bring up. How do you feel about Chase Ross? Not a big Chase Ross guy.
I like him. He's fun. He's quick. He's gonna get a bunch of steals and then have a nice layup or dunk on the other end, and it's gonna be awesome. And
Yeah,
then there's gonna be others. There's gonna be another 20 minutes he's on the court that you're like, what happened?
kind of
Um,
reminds me of. He reminds me a little bit. Not the same build, but just in his feel for the game, kind of reminds me of Bryant for the Spurs. Like there's moments where you're like, oh God, this guy's really good, and then there's other moments where you're like, what are we doing?
yeah. Yeah. There's north and south of this guy, not much else.
Yeah,
This is a weird one. I would love to get him a center, but the next center that I have is damn, Ernest Ude from Miami, and I don't know how you feel about him. There's also the
I like.
guy from BYU. What's his name? I don't even have him on my board, but Koba Keat in his name? Kiba Koda, something.
Ibaka.
Yeah. Which I think I like Ude a little bit more than him though, if we're going a center.
Have you watched any of Lewis at all?
No,
Okay.
I'm unfamiliar with him.
I'm not super familiar with him. I've seen some highlights, not a lot. I like him, but I think he's a guy that you could probably not get drafted and sign as a two-way guy later on.
Anybody else standing out to you?
Not really, dude.
Yeah, we're at the bare necessities here. There's a couple guys I still like I still like Nick Martinelli quite a bit. I still like Jacoby Gillespie. Aaron, how do you say his name? Kruma from Tennessee State. I really like him. He's probably my favorite guy still on the board, but I don't really like him here. I think for me, it's probably Dylan Mitchell.
Yeah. Let's go Dylan Mitchell. I like the toughness. I like the played at St. John's. He's gonna be a tough kid no matter what. So
Yeah, he's probably not going to fall this far.
no, he's not. Look at Houston getting back on the clock.
Oh yeah. Now we try to get athleticism, maybe like an Isaiah Nelson.
I like Nelson here.
Yeah, get some athleticism. That or Martinelli. I'm good with either one of them.
I like Nelson a little bit more. I also just love that they put prepare for liftoff as
Yeah,
his.
it's awesome.
That's sick. That's sick.
And I loved that South Florida team this past
You
year.
were, yeah, you were pretty high on the South Florida team this year.
Yeah, I wish we were doing video when we were doing March Madness because I would love to go back and rewatch those.
I'd love for next year, just kind of depending on our work schedules and everything, to live stream maybe a round or two of March Madness.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right. The Warriors are back. They have Lindeborg. We got to win now. I like Martinelli. Do they need another scrappy white guy though? I don't know.
Who's their other scrappy white guy? Pods? Are
Pods, they
we?
have
Are
Post,
we?
they have another guy. Every time I watch a Warriors game, there's always somebody they put in there. I was like, who the hell is that dude? I always feel that
Yeah.
way. Um,
What about Tucker from Indiana?
there's this scrappy white guy. He likes to shoot. I would think I would go Martinelli before him though, personally. Wait, Biddle's
I,
still available? I thought we took Biddle.
no, Biddle's come up in the last 15 picks and no one will take him.
Okay, I thought we took him off. I already like marked him off in my head.
No, dude, he's chilling.
Okay, noted, noted.
We
Uh,
keep we keep having to move down the board because you pull out a random ass dude who you're just
I'm super
in
high
love with.
on out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, Biddle makes sense here. It's just kind of overlap with Quentin Post. I like Martinelli. Martinelli's my favorite guy still available.
Let's go Martinelli.
Yeah. That dude's scrappy. He's gonna fight. He'll do anything you ask him to do on the court, and I think that's valuable. All right, we've got them two bigs. I think we need to get them something different. Maybe a guard here.
I like Gillespie here.
Yeah, he can learn a lot from Brunson.
Yeah. We good with that?
I'm good with that, or Tucker.
Oh, I forgot about Tucker there too.
Or, ooh, somebody I wish I thought of for the last pick with the Warriors. Tyler Bilodeau.
Oh, from UCLA?
Yeah, I wish I thought
I,
about him for the Warriors. That would have been a good one.
I like him for the Knicks though. I think he fits in Mike Brown's offense too. I like that.
Yeah, he's somebody I've skipped over on my list like 5 times. I didn't even realize I like Bilodeau.
Yeah, let's go Bilodeau.
That dude is a shooter. Chicago with their fourth pick. Man, I love that three. That just fits what we're building there with Wilson, Carr, and Onyensu. We got to fit the theme. We got to fit the theme.
Yeah, if you're Chicago, you're excited right now. Um, you kind of rebuilt the roster in one draft, and you're in good shape here.
I have another random to throw out.
Who you got?
It's the guy I struggle with saying his last name, Aaron Kruma from Tennessee State. You might have to scroll a bit because he hasn't gotten a lot of coverage, but that dude will fight on defense, man. I think, had like 9 steals in a game, one game this year. Um, where's my guy? Don't tell me they don't have him on here. Boopy Miller, hell yeah. There he is. 107. That guy deserves a chance. He's a two-way guy, very good defender. He's not afraid to shoot it. His jump shot looks so pure. I don't know if the mechanics have reached the functionality those two have crossed yet, but they will eventually. And I really like him. If you have somebody else in mind, though, I'm definitely open to it. But that's who stands out.
I I'm good with Aaron. I love him.
Oh,
I
you like
think
him
he
too?
Yeah, I think he's gonna end up being one of those guys we look back in 10 years and being like, dang, he fell that far.
Yeah. More than likely will go undrafted.
Yeah. But we'll do right by him and go ahead and draft him here for
Yeah,
Chicago.
I
And
like him.
if you're Chicago, man, you're excited.
Yeah.
That's a difference maker right there.
Unfortunately, he's going to be on a depth chart of 8 other guards, but
I think they'll weed themselves out, and I think he's going to prove that he's better than most of the guards they have on their roster.
yeah. Mara and Sturts here.
Yeah, you almost want to go like a good wing. I know they got a lot of wings, but I would kind of look at a wing here. I would also look at
Bilodeau would have been good here.
Philadelphia would be great here. I'm not a
Tucker?
big yeah, I would go Tucker here. I like that pick for them.
Yeah, Tucker or Keyshawn for me.
I like Tucker a little bit more.
Okay.
So we finally have a New Orleans Pelicans pick.
All you, brother.
58, man. And if what I saw earlier is true, that we're interested in trading away Trey Murphy, I'm I might go fight somebody, and I'm not somebody who fights anybody. Um,
Except Reggie
it's just
Bush.
that's not even a fight. I just want to be punched by him, dude. It's different. It's so hard at this point. Like this being the Pelicans' first pick, it makes me want to cry. Like I legitimately want to cry. This could be an '03 type draft, an '84 type draft where you just see absolute game changers. And I like Derek Queen. I just don't like trading away, you know, a first round pick for him.
Y'all could
I
have had
love,
the number 8 pick or the number 10 pick.
yeah, you don't need to remind me.
Let me ask you that. Would you rather have the number 8 or 10 pick in this draft or Derek Queen?
I would rather have the number 8 or 10 pick in this draft than Derek Queen.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't disagree. Would you rather have
just
Derek Queen or a Daimara?
oh, I th this hurts me to say, but I think I would rather have Mara.
It's the unknown.
It's the unknown, and it's also pairing him with a guard that I already like and fears, where I think those two pick and roll would be so tough.
Yeah.
And even helping out Zion too, like I just be so nice. Um, man, this hurts my soul. I really don't even know who to go with. That's the hard part. There's a part of me that wants to go Nick Boyd here, even though I thought he dropped out of the draft, but that's fine. Um,
You let me go for both my Heat picks, so whatever you decide, man. The fate of the Pelicans of this number 58 pick is all in your hands.
yeah, like we're ever gonna be any better than what we are now.
Dang, they have Bryce Hopkins pretty low.
They do
Are you,
have Bryce Hopkins.
are you
They
a Graham
experiment.
Ike guy as a Gonzaga dude?
I like him. He's not one of my more favorite Gonzaga guys. I'm kind of shocked he's the only one in the draft from Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I like Sellers, but we have Herb Jones and we still currently have Trey Murphy. I think I'm gonna go the kid from BYU. I would like to have a big that's a little bit tougher than what we have. I think he's great in some screenings. I think him and Fears getting another lob threat for him, not that we don't have enough. Yeah, I think that's who I'm gonna go with, the kid from UAB. Or not UAB, BYU. Wow, it's not even close.
Some acronym.
Yeah, it's just some acronym that's gonna ruin my hope of the Pelicans ever winning a title.
Yeah. Minnesota, Christian Anderson. Who we got available?
Let's scroll back up here.
Running low. Nate Biddle still available?
Yeah, Biddle's still available. I like him there.
I like Biddle. I also like Keyshawn Hall. I think he's got a lot of Minnesota in him,
Yeah, I agree with that.
but I think we want a big. We already got them the guard.
So Biddle,
I think there's not really. Do we ever take Uday? I don't think we ever took Uday, did we? I let. I don't know who you like more, Biddle or Uday. I'm good with either one if he's still available. Oh, I also like Darian Williams. I forgot about Darian Williams.
I like Uday or Darian Williams. Those would be my top two.
I think they need a big more.
So Uday it is.
Yeah, I think so. I know they have Randall, um, Rudy, and Nas, but I just feel like they could use one more in the rotation.
It's not. It never hurts to have size, especially when you're in the West right now. I would go Uday here.
Yeah, especially as Rudy starts to get older, like Julius Randle looks unplayable sometimes.
Also, Gobert sucks. Just for anybody, he sucks.
Yeah, public consensus.
Yeah,
Who's last? Yeah, it is Wizards. Um,
give me Gillespie.
yeah, I hate he hasn't been picked yet, so I feel like we have to.
Yeah, I think he ends up. I think he's a solid pick for them.
Yeah, I have him pretty high on my big board too, so
Damn, dude, you got him so high we picked him last.
yeah, I had him at what is that, 42, like 44-ish. So
Adam at 47.
We hadn't taken a point guard in a while. The last chance was really Bruce Thornton, which we were like right there to take him. And I pushed Bruce Thornton last second.
Good old Brucey.
So we're gonna take Jacoby.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. I'm not a big Boswell guy. I'm not. I like the kid from Houston, but I think I like Gillespie a little bit more.
Agreed.
And I don't like the kid from Iowa State.
Me either. All right. That was fun.
Yeah,
Um,
that was round two was more enjoyable than I thought it would be. I thought we would just kind of like randomly just kind of like go down and be like, oh, that guy's good, that guy's good, that guy's good. And there was better. I had to figure that you had a bunch of research for a bunch of random dudes
you know me. You know I like going down rabbit holes.
for sure.
Yeah, if there's anything with the NIL that could potentially turn out to be really good, is that second round is a lot less shot in the dark now. It's a lot of guys who are seniors we've seen for many years, so we know who they are, and they already have kind of a role built for them. I could see the second round becoming a little more valuable in the sense of you need a very particular skill. There's probably going to be somebody available who can do that one thing that you need.
Yeah. You can go find a specialist that you can really just kind of plug in and play. And I think weirdly, guys you're getting more NBA. It seems like you're getting more NBA ready guys too.
Yeah, guys don't have to rush into the draft anymore. It's not working out. Okay, you're not going to take me aside. Like Luigi Swigo, who I think both of us would have had him pretty high on. He would have been a first round pick, no doubt. Probably would have been like a top 20 pick, maybe, if he stayed in the draft for us, the two of us. But
Yeah.
because he didn't get like the buzz from the scouts and everything, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Villanova. And then next year he's probably going to be a lottery pick. So
Yeah. He'll for sure be a lottery pick after some time in at next year in Nova for sure.
dang, they rated our pick of Mara 8, or really my pick of Mara 8, a C. See that rating there on the side?
Yeah, I agree with that.
DuPont's is a B at 2. I already know ceilings. Really high on Cameron Boozer, I see.
All I know is if I don't know how big Mara is on social media, but I know that like the Saints were looking at Jackson Dart at one point, and I was like, well, I guess we know he sucks then if the Saints are looking at him. And then he liked it, so maybe there's some hope for Mara will see it and like it. He'll see that C grade and he'll be like, all right, bet. Watch me turn up in the league.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We're going to be getting this uploaded. We're also going to be doing one solo each where I'll be doing mine, predicting what I think will happen. Sean will do his, predicting what he thinks will happen. And we'll also be live streaming the draft on Tuesday. So look out for that. We'll either be in person together or doing it somewhere similar like this. Let us know if you like this layout. I thought it was kind of fun. Sean figured out how to do it on Zoom. I was like, oh, yeah, this is pretty cool. We're in a war room. We got these little chairs. You can't really tell, but we have them. And
Old man came in clutch with some technology for once.
yeah, it was shocking.
Yeah, I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah. So, yeah, tune in, subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. I mean, you name it, we're on it. And we'll come with more draft stuff. And yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I would if you are going to comment, like comment our worst pick and your favorite pick too. Just I want to see where people fall in on it. If you don't want to comment, that's fine too. That was just something that I would be curious to see is like, do you like two Michigan guys going back to back? Do you like Burries to Dallas? Do you like Mara to Atlanta? I know Atlanta fans have an opinion about who they want to draft, so definitely, reach out to us and let us know what you think.
Yeah, who are we overrating? Who are we underrating? Let us know. But yeah, well, I guess we will see y'all on our upcoming mock drafts that we'll be posting before the draft day and then when we actually live stream the draft. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, shout out. Thank you.
Yep.